Evening, good evening. I'm Tia. I'm your communications coach. I love giving communication tips and strategies to leaders to help them both personally and professionally. I've been putting a really big emphasis on the importance of understanding how to have internal dialogue. Tonight's broadcast, I really want to focus with you more so on understanding what makes you special, embracing your uniqueness, and knowing what makes you authentic. A lot of times I spend time with leaders. Oftentimes they're women, and sometimes they're at the beginning of their leadership journey where they know that they have a calling, there's something in their heart, there's something important that they want to do, there's an impact that they want to make on the world. And sometimes they're in a place of self discovery. They understand that they want to make some changes. They know that there is something that they want to do different to positively impact people, but they don't always know what that is. And so oftentimes we have to do some inner communication work to help them connect those gaps. What I will say is that one of the hardest things to do when I'm coaching a leader, especially when I'm sitting down with them and I'm helping them develop that message strategy. And again, I like to focus on internal dialogue because once you know how to have the right conversation with yourself, then the conversation you have with others starts to take care of itself. And so, what I want to talk to you about specifically tonight is understanding who you are on the inside. See, sometimes the problem is we base so much of our identity on material things, things that go away. We base it on the cars that we drive, the houses that we bought, the labels that we wear, the money in our bank account. We base it on our looks. We base it on so many different things that are going to die. It's times people lose jobs. It happens all the time, not a big deal. People lose their homes. People lose family. They've lost friends. Nothing that you lost really is your identity. You can't lose who you are if you understand your uniqueness and if you understand what makes you authentic. You cannot lose it based on material qualities. And sometimes when people have lost themselves because they lost material things, is because they never knew who they were to begin with. So I want to help you tonight to not lose yourself, because I want to help you have the conversation with yourself that you need to have so that you can embrace what makes you special, what makes you truly special. So what I will say that I want you to put in your mind, what I want you to embrace in this moment, in this hour, what I want you to think through is knowing that your identity, what makes you special is the impact of your love, the love in your heart. What happens when you love people unconditionally? What is the impact that you have on others when you are fearlessly loving and you don't hold back? I want you to think through the patterns of what that looks like in the people that you have impacted. See, some of us, when we love people, people feel seen. Some of us, when we love people, they feel heard. Some of us, when we love people, we make them feel beautiful. Some of us, when we love people, we've helped them to embrace their holistic health and wellness. Some of us, when we love people, we bring that wealth out of them. Think through, what is it? What is the impact of your love? What is it that people can't get enough of from you when they come into your life? What is that transformative quality that people feel when they're standing in your light? And sometimes if you find yourself you're a little bit disconnected from that, it's because you have too much fear in your way. And I want to walk you through a little bit about how that happens. See, what happens is in life, one, again, people sort of materialize you, right? And they try to make you feel like you're nothing. And they try to make you feel ashamed. If you have ever loved someone unconditionally and maybe you poured your love into the wrong person and you felt ashamed, and shame is going to hold you back from being successful and understanding who you are. You are going to have to shed the shame. You're going to have to shed the guilt. You're going to have to shed that part of yourself that felt, oh, I was naive, I was stupid, I'll never love anyone like that again. See, when you have those messages in your mind, it disconnects you from what makes you truly special, what makes you truly beautiful from the inside out. You're going to have to let that shame go and shed it so that you can have the proper dialogue with yourself so you can understand the impact of your love. And so when you're blocking that from others, you don't get a chance to come into destiny. You don't get a chance to come into purpose, because for you to come into those places of your life, you have to stop being afraid. You have to stop being afraid to embrace yourself and what is beautiful in your heart. See, love wants to go out. It wants to come out. It comes out in different ways. It comes out in different forms. It's a light that just needs to shine. And some people will have the fullness of your light and some people will not. So I want to just walk you through a little bit what you should be saying to yourself to help you shed the shame, okay? I want you to go ahead and tell yourself, hey, you know what? I have learned this lesson. I'm a better steward over the love in my heart now. I'm going to do the work to let go of the people I need to let go of who do not deserve the capacity of my love, the impact of my love. I understand myself a little bit better, and I'm going to trust myself again to make the right selections. It is too bad it is their loss that they did not deserve what I have to offer. It's okay. And I let them go, and now I'm ready to understand myself, and I'm ready to become the full version of me that I was destined to be. Once you can let those things go, once you can shed that fear and you're not afraid to love, you're ready to be fearless, then you can start to embrace your destiny, embrace your calling, embrace your authenticity and your uniqueness. You see, what happens is sometimes when we define ourselves by our occupation, oftentimes our occupation is very much disconnected from our impact. And that's how you find yourself in work that you're not fulfilled in. And that's why I say understand the impact of your love. Understand the impact of it. Now, some of us have work to do. Sometimes our version of love, the fearful version of love that we have, may be off putting. The fearful version of love that we have may have some negative reinforcement attached to it. The fearful version of our love may not respect boundaries because it's too afraid to lose people. That's when you know you have work to do. If your love is pushing people away, your version of love, what you think love is pushing people away, or it's hurting people, or it leaves them frustrated or aggravated or agitated, you might have some work to do on yourself because you may be loving them, but you've allowed a blockage of fear to keep you from loving them in an authentic way that draws people in instead of pushes them out. Okay, so I want you to think through that and maybe do some self-reflection and find out if you need to do some mental health work, if you need to get a life coach or whoever can help you to get past that fear and understand what it is you need to work on so that you can embrace your authentic self. Because what makes you authentic? If you stop being afraid, no one can take it from you. It will not matter what you lost. It won't matter how much money you lost. It won't matter how many people you've lost. It won't matter the job you lost. It won't matter what you do for a living. Never let people take your love from you. Never, never, never allow people to make you turn your light off. You have to shine, and you have to shine to the fullness of the glory that God has given you to shine. And no one gets to dim that. Never give anyone the privilege of cutting that love off of your heart. There's some people that maybe you can't shine your light on them, and that's okay. You may have to shine it on someone else. That's okay. That's no problem. But you should be shining at all times. And that's how you embrace your authentic self. Because when you do, first, shine that love on yourself. Sometimes we give and we forgot to give to ourselves. That part of us that's authentic, the impact of our love should be impacting us first. And when you allow it to fully impact you and you're not afraid to love yourself the way that you ought to, the unique way that's been given to you, then you can't help but to let that healing light impact others. I love the way that I love. The way that I love creates champions. That's what I do. I help people who are in that darkest time of their life where they're about ready to quit and they don't know what to do next and they need some encouragement. They need someone to hold their hands up. That's what I do. I love people into winning. My love creates champions. That's what I like. That's what I love to say. That's the impact of my love. Once you know that, then you can understand what occupation, what business, what model, what strategy, what audience that you need to connect with. We all have a unique way that we bring love into this world. We all have a unique way that our light shines and casts out darkness. I want you to embrace that about yourself because that is what makes you truly special. And once you understand the impact of your love, who it should impact, how it should impact them, and how to continue to perfect that, you will know where you have jurisdiction. And where you have jurisdiction, that is where your love is able to command difference. Oh man, have you ever been in that place in your life where you have just truly struggled, where everything is so hard? It's so hard because that is not where you have jurisdiction. Sometimes you're looking at where other people are strong and where other people have talents, other people have gifts, other people have patience, and you're trying to embrace that instead of finding out where you are special. You are unique. You are authentic. And once you understand that and you embrace that about yourself, you're not dealing with so much resistance. This is where you have jurisdiction. It doesn't mean you don't have obstacles. It means that you have the strength in your heart, in your mind, in your body to overcome those obstacles because you have jurisdiction in that area. That is where you are special. That is where you reign. That is where you rule. So once you understand that, then you can build systems around it. You can build friendships around it. You can build relationships around it. You can build partnerships around it. People who can appreciate that about you. So I just want to encourage you tonight to not allow the people who have abused you, the people who have betrayed you, the people who have taken you for granted, those who have taken advantage of you to disconnect you from your true authentic self. Understand that the impact of your love, the impact of your light is what makes you special. It is what makes you unique. It is what makes you authentic. I have a beautiful friend where the impact of her love causes her to shelter people. She has an incredible business because she hates homelessness. She loves to provide people with homes. She's built a business that enables her to do that. Of course, everything will not be a business model, but before it became a business, it was already born in your heart. But you have to know who you are. And some of us are going through so much depression. We're going through a lot of pain and heartache. And we're ruminating on some of our most devastating moments because we have not taken the time to embrace who we are. We were ashamed of who we are. And sometimes your light can be a weight. And I totally understand that. I certainly have been there, and I've been abused and used and mistreated. We all come through this world through that darkness. None of us are going to come out of it unscathed. So I do understand. I have so much compassion for you, of just wherever you are, whatever you're going through. I'm praying for you in that journey. But I just want to tell you, process those feelings, and it's okay to know what people did to you to disconnect you from the light that is in your heart, because it is your unique light that will heal you from the pain and shame of what you have been through. So shine that light on yourself first, the light that God gave you. I hope that this message was very helpful to you, and I hope that you will share it with someone who may be not understanding their purpose, someone who may not understand their identity, someone who wants to make a difference and an impact, but they're not sure what they want to do yet. I hope you will share this with someone who needs to heal from shame of betrayal, and allow them to really fully go back to embracing themselves and to not be ashamed of their love, because their love is beautiful. It is totally someone else's fault if they missed out on the impact of your love. If they missed out, that is on them. It is not on you. So you continue to let your light shine. Do not let anyone to dim it or to put that light out. Continue to shine it because it is beautiful. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes you authentic. And if you continue to be yourself, you will create better relationships, better systems, better jurisdiction for yourself, where you can continue to reign and rule and have the authority that you need to have to make a positive impact in this world. Thank you so much for watching my live broadcast. Hope this was helpful for you. Make sure you visit my website. You can get a copy of my book, Canceled: Mastering Difficult Conversations in a Modern World, where you get a lot of my communication tips and strategies. But again, I appreciate you and I hope you have a great night.